Welcome to the Dan Casper Show podcast, your chance to catch the full show anytime, anywhere. If you missed it live on the radio, no worries. We've got you covered with all the sports talk, opinions, interviews, and conversations from the show. From the Packers to the Brewers to the biggest stories in sports and around Wisconsin, it's all right here. This is the Dan Casper Show podcast. What's up, everybody? Good morning and happy Tuesday. DK Show coming to you from the TDS Sports Talk Studios this morning. Thanks for making us part of your start. If you are already up and at it, whether you are listening on the radio dials of 105.1 FM or 790 AM, streaming us up online at sportstalk1051.com, WAYYradio.com. You've got your smart devices, smart speakers, like your Alexa devices. Got the Wisco Sports app. You can download that. Take it on the go. You've also got the video stream on YouTube, if you don't mind. Got a quick sec to click that follow, ring that bell, subscribe button on the YouTube page there. Would be great. But again, multiple ways for you to be joining in on the or for you to be tuning in this morning, and you could join in on the conversation with that Shoe Doctors bullpen line, 715-830-1912. And we got the Section 105 chat up and rolling on our YouTube stream as well. What do we have on the game plan? Well, Brew Crew picking up a come-from-behind win yesterday against the St. Louis Cardinals. Brewers getting the offense going there in the top of the seventh inning, putting up 4 runs, and that was enough to hold on to a 4-3 win. Shane Drohan picking up the win for the Brew Crew. Shane going 6 innings, giving up 6 hits, 1 earned run, striking out a couple, did issue a couple walks, but he has lowered his season ERA to a 2.97. Chad Patrick coming in and shutting it down for 2 innings, not giving up a single hit. Trevor McGill picking up his 14th save on the season. So Brewers now 23 games above 500, 56-33 overall. They've got a doubleheader today, so let's play 2. First one's going to be shortly after 1 o'clock, and we get Jacob Misiorowski on the mound. And I got to imagine probably looking for a little bit of a bounce-back performance from Jacob and Misiorowski in today's game. So we'll recap and preview this doubleheader day throughout the morning here. But plenty of Brewers talk coming your way. Talk a little bit more about Shane Drohan. I know we chatted a little bit about it yesterday, but when you talk about that trade with the Reds, a lot of the focus has been on Kyle Harrison, and rightfully so. I mean, Kyle Harrison deserves all the praise, all the attention, all the love that he has been getting. But Shane Drohan's not doing too bad either, right? Not doing too bad either. But, hey, how about this for a fun nugget, too? The Brewers, with that win yesterday, they are now back to even in the National League, in a National League sense, National League history, even record. They're 2,261 and 2,261 in the National League. It's been a hot minute. The Brewers, they're back to even for the first time since going 57 and 57. So it's been a while. Yeah. I think a lot of us probably not too surprised. But first time since 1998. We'll see if they can keep that going here with 2 games coming your way later on today. So baseball talk coming your way. Well, we kind of alluded to it yesterday, and it did happen. It officially became official. Giannis being traded to the Miami Heat. We knew that, but it was officially with the July 6th New Year and that. It was officially announced by both the Bucks and the Heat. And Giannis, if you haven't taken the time, it's about 30 minutes, a little over 30 minutes, sits down with former Bucks announcer, former sportscaster Jim Paschke for a little over 30-minute interview. Sit down. That video was released yesterday too. Just kind of, it's rare because I don't think you see a lot of Well, you don't see a lot of athletes do this, and you don't especially see a lot of superstar franchise greats, kind of take the time to do this. But I think it kind of shows the appreciation and the love that Giannis has for the Bucks, for the Bucks fans. Appreciation for his time with Milwaukee in that. So if you've got like 30-some minutes and you haven't watched it, haven't listened to it, it's well worth it. And, may kind of hit you in the feels a little bit. May get you a little sad, may get you a little down. But we'll go through some of the quotes here from Giannis and in that. But John Horst releasing a statement yesterday saying there are few players in the history of professional sports who have elevated a franchise, a city, and a fan base the way Giannis has for Milwaukee and the Bucks. Giannis arrived in Milwaukee from Greece as an 18-year-old with exceptional potential, relentless determination, and an unwavering belief in what could be achieved. In his next 13 seasons, he became one of the greatest players in basketball history, the heart of our organization, and the driving force behind an extraordinary era of Bucks basketball that will always be honored. Together, we experienced moments that will live forever in franchise history, punctuated by the 2021 NBA championship. We celebrated as Giannis earned 2 MVP awards, a Defensive Player of the Year award, a Finals MVP, and delivered one of the greatest championship-clinching performances in NBA history with 50 points, 14 rebounds, 5 blocks in Game 6 of the Finals. Just as importantly, we watched Giannis embrace Milwaukee as his home and forge a connection with Bucks fans that transcended basketball. He became an ambassador for our city around the world and a source of pride for our entire state. Through his generosity, authenticity, and commitment to helping others, he touched lives throughout our community and inspired people across generations. On behalf of our entire organization, please join us in expressing our deepest gratitude to Giannis and his family. This decision is in the best interest of both the Bucks and Giannis. I understand the emotions this news brings, and I share them. I'm confident our path forward provides a strong foundation for sustained success as we begin the next chapter of Bucks basketball. We do so with optimism, purpose, and a clear vision to build on our standard of excellence while strengthening our competitive identity and winning culture under the leadership of our new head coach, Taylor Jenkins. To all of you, our great fans, thank you for your unwavering passion and support. Our purpose remains unchanged, to once again build a championship caliber team that makes Milwaukee proud for years to come. One thing is, I felt like when I first read that yesterday and some of the other stuff throughout the last couple months, they're really putting in a lot of faith in Taylor Jenkins. Like they're drinking the Kool-Aid on Taylor Jenkins. They're putting a lot on his shoulders to really get this team back to the playoffs, to a championship caliber level. And they're, I think, really believing that Taylor Jenkins is the guy to do it. The Bucks also posted about Giannis, who came to Milwaukee 13 years ago as a kid with an impossible dream. Over the past 13 years, we have witnessed you grow into one of the greatest players the game has ever seen, the greatest Buck of all time, and the driving force behind an era of Bucks basketball that will be remembered forever. From the moment you arrived, you embraced Milwaukee as your home. You embraced the team, the community, and everyone who believed you. Your connection with Bucks fans transcended basketball. You didn't just play basketball in Milwaukee. You became the heart and soul of this city. You touched lives throughout our community and inspired people across the world. You believed in this city and its fans when the rest of the world doubted. After 50 years, you delivered a championship to Milwaukee, a dream come true for generations of Bucks fans who never stopped believing. You gave Milwaukee hope. You taught us that loyalty still matters, that hard work can overcome impossible odds, and that a small market city could still be on top, all because you refused to stop believing. For one night, Milwaukee wasn't just watching history, we were living it together. Your legacy in Milwaukee is secured It will always be felt here in the rafters, throughout the community, and the countless people you inspired, and the way you made an entire city believe that anything was possible. Thank you for believing in Milwaukee and giving everything you had to this city day in and day out. You transformed the Bucks in every way and left your mark on this organization for generations to come. You will always be family. You will always be Milwaukee's champion, forever a part of the city, forever a Buck. Thank you for everything, Giannis. I don't think I've ever seen a team. I don't think I've ever seen a player with such emotional, goodbyes outside of retirements. It feels like it was a breakup that had to happen, but it's still incredibly painful. A divorce that had to happen, but it's so incredibly painful. So it was kind of, if you're a big Giannis fan or maybe a Bucks fan or just a Wisconsin sports fan in general, it was kind of a downer of a little bit of an afternoon yesterday reading some of that stuff and seeing some of the videos in that. But, yeah. Your thoughts? Get it off your chest. Maybe it's a part of your Toyson Ford Grind My Gears Tuesday. All right, what else is grinding your gears? You can send those on over. I'm not saying, but I'm just saying Tuesday. Best ones we'll read up on the air. Just fill in the blanks. I'm not saying blank, but I'm just saying blank. And we're going to throw a little football into the conversation to spice it up. We're going to do some storyline countdowns to training camp for the Packers, the top storylines heading into camp as it opens up here in just a couple of weeks. So we'll kick that off today. Highlight a kind of a top story each day leading up to the opener of camp. We're going to talk with RJ Cardinal coming up in the 8 o'clock hour. We'll get his thoughts on the new Wisconsin Badger athletic director, too. So lots to get to here this morning. Let's just jump right into it. We'll take our first break, and then the leadoff. We'll throw a little Brewers chat in there. We'll throw a little Bucks with Giannis chat in as part of it, too. So, and whatever the heck else is on your mind this morning. We'll take our first break, and we'll be right back in just a couple minutes. We are 1 month away from today. 1 month from today. From the 6th annual Casper Classic. And we only have a few spots available in the 1 p.m. 10 a.m. is sold out. 1 p.m., we only got a few left. 7:30, still got some spots open if you want to get into that Surveyor Sam flight. We'll call that the Surveyor flight there. But head to our website right now, sportstalk1051.com, and get your team signed up. We are still looking for some raffle prizes. So if you are interested, whether you're maybe a business or you're just a fan or you want to support Backyard Dreams, we want to talk. So if you're interested in donating a raffle prize, because 100% of the proceeds do go to help fund Backyard Dreams, please reach out. Okay, please reach out, and we would love to chat. So, or if you want to golf, or if you want to sponsor a hole, hey, we'd love to chat here too. So send those on over. Just reach out. We'll put you in touch with the proper peeps and such, but we can definitely use the support there. So, but big thanks right now for our partners so far for the 6th annual Casper Classic. Can't do it without our good friends from Park Ridge Distributing. Can't do it without our good friends from Hy-Vee in Eau Claire, who graciously helping with the meal again this year. And then we got to throw in Edward Jones Financial Advisor, Kelsey Nikolai, Muldoon's Menswear, Dodge, Cambridge, Myron Construction, VFW Post 305, Superior Auto Body, Window World, Home Oasis, Residence Branding, Claflin Construction, and Carpet City Flooring Center. So big thanks to all of our partners again this year. All right, the leadoff this morning, little Brew Crew talk. Brewers picking up a 4-3 win to take Game 1 of this 5-game series against the St. Louis Cardinals last night. Brewers getting the bats going there in the 7th inning after falling 3-0 earlier on in the game. Cardinals able to put up 2 runs in the 3rd, adding on another one in the bottom of the 6th, but the Brewers responded in the 7th by putting up 4 runs to put Shane Drohan in line for his 4th win of the season, and the Brewers bullpen locked it down after that. Chad Patrick picking up his 3rd hold of the season, going 2 innings, not giving up a single hit or walk, and Trevor McGill picking up his 14th save on the season. The final line for Shane Drohan yesterday, 6 innings, 6 hits, 1 earned run, 3 runs, one of them being earned, a couple walks, and a couple of Ks. Shane Drohan has also lowered his season ERA to a 2.97. Talk more about Shane Drohan. We talked a little bit about him yesterday. We talked about, is he a guy that's kind of getting forgotten a little bit in this whole trade from the Red Sox? And I think he is. It's funny that the Brewers yesterday after the game posted, essentially on Facebook and social media, talk more about Shane Drohan, pay more attention to Shane Drohan and such. And, I mean, you have to. What the kid's doing this year is both a reliever and a guy who has started 8 games so far for this team. He's appeared in 18 games, started 8 of those. I mean, he's shown he could be a really good pitcher coming out of the pen. He could give you some length coming out of the pen, but he has also shown that right now he can be a starter for you too. Whether it's spot starter, I don't know if that's going to be his future, if he's going to, develop into a long-term starter or what, but Shane Drohan, when you look at this Brewers team that is now 23 games above 500, Shane Drohan is a piece of this puzzle, is a part of the reason why the Brewers are at where they're at, and why they're playing as well as they're playing, why they are in position to right now go back to the postseason. Shane Drohan is a part of that. Kyle Harrison gets a lot of the attention and a lot of the love from that trade with the Red Sox, and again, rightfully so, and he deserves it 100%. But Shane Drohan a part of that too? Dude, he's been I would say, exceeding some of those expectations too. I didn't know what to expect from Shane Drohan. There was some. Like, okay, this is a kid that's got some good stuff, some interesting stuff here, some good tools to work with. But, I mean, come on. I think he is exceeding those expectations, too. This kid is... Brewers might have nailed it again with another pitcher, for crying out loud. Again, like, teams should be clamoring, begging. How do you do it, Chris Hook? How do you do it, Jim Henderson? How do you do it, Brewers, with all of your pitchers? The pitching lab. You're going to have to send some spies over there to infiltrate that pitching lab in Arizona. Because you look at some of these guys, these players, these pitchers that have been asked to be contributors and big-time contributors so far this year. It's like, man, Brandon Sproat's pitching better. I mean, yeah, you look at it, 5.13 ERA. Not great. But what have you done for me lately? What has he done recently? I mean, not bad. Coming off of a game against Arizona, he went 4 innings, giving up 1 earned run. Cincinnati, a little over 5 innings, 2 earned runs. 6 innings against Cincinnati, no earned runs. It's been up and down. There's no question about it. But for a younger guy, we could definitely see the talent there. He's being asked to fill a big part of this rotation right now, but we can see the talent there. Logan Henderson coming back. Obviously, Mizorowski and Kyle Harrison this year. Aaron Ashby. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. Coleman Crowe. But Shane Drohan, when we talk about this trade, and we're going to be talking about this trade for a few years now, Shane Drohan's going to be a part of that conversation too. Like, man, the Brewers got a couple of really good pitchers from the Red Sox. Another player that they got from the Red Sox, David Hamilton, suffered a hamstring injury yesterday. So kind of sounds like he is going to be missing some time here, which probably means now more Joey Ortiz at third base. And given what we've seen defensively from Joey Ortiz, I mean, that's not necessarily a bad thing. But the other thing, too, with Joey Ortiz in his last 7 games, the guy's hitting 278. Now, granted, his on base is only 278. He doesn't walk for whatever reason. Joey Ortiz just doesn't walk. His last 42 at-bats, not a walk. How about his last 74 at-bats? The guy has only walked 4 times. Guy doesn't walk. But I'll be honest, I'm kind of curious to see Joey Ortiz maybe be the regular starting third baseman, more opportunities over there. Does that settle him down a little bit from the plate? Because, I mean, when he did have that good offensive year, he was the third baseman. Does that make a difference? I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe for some, maybe for not others. But he's a defensive whiz at third base. I mean, he's a great shortstop, but he's already made some fantastic plays and flashing the leather at third base. Or does this maybe open the door for a Jet Williams call-up, especially with the doubleheader? Pat Murphy kind of alluded to it yesterday, that there potentially could be a call-up. Does that open the door for Jet? Does that open the door for Jet? Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. We got to take a quick break. Play more Brewers talk coming your way here. We'll start to preview Game 1 and 2. Game 1 and 2 for the doubleheader for today. Jacob Isarowski is going to be on the mound for Game 1. Are we going to see a bounce-back performance from the Miz kid? Let's preview that. We'll be right back after these quick words. Summer road trips create some great memories, but you know what? Sometimes accidents do happen. If a fender bender puts a dent into your plans, trust the fine folks at Superior Auto Body in Eau Claire to get your vehicle looking like new again. Their experienced team provides quality collision repair and attention to detail that helps restore your vehicle and your peace of mind. When life bumps into your vehicle, count on the folks at Superior Auto Body in Eau Claire. Superior Auto Body, our official Backyard Dreams partners. All right, so we've got a doubleheader today. Let's play 2, Brewers fans. Let's play 2. First game coming your way this afternoon at 1:15. Coverage will begin 35 minutes prior on your favorite radio dials, 105.1 FM, 790 AM. And then game 2 will get going at 6:45. Jacob Isarowski getting the start for game 1. And I think we're all looking and expecting, I know he is, I know the Brewers are, a little bit of a bounce-back performance from the Miz kid. Jacob Isarowski looking for his 10th win on the season, currently 9-4 with a 1.47 ERA. He's coming off that loss against Cincinnati back on the 2nd, where he went 5 innings, giving up 5 hits, 1 earned run, no walks, another double-digit strikeout performance, 10. Yeah, I know there was some debate about, the earned runs should have been more. That 1 inning error on Bowers kind of helped his ERA, but nonetheless, still gave up a couple of dingers and such. We're looking for a little bit of a bounce back performance from Jacob Isarowski. When you look at from experience standpoint, there's about a couple games, few games worth for some of these Cardinals hitters going up against Jacob Isarowski. Burleson's got 10 career at-bats, but he's hitting just 100 in 9 career at-bats. Hera is 333 with a 1.178 OPS. You've got Newbar with a 400 average, 1.171 OPS, and 5 career at-bats. Pajes and 8 career at-bats, 335 with a 750 OPS. So, I mean, you got some dudes here who do have a little bit of experience, good experience going up against Jacob Isarowski, but I also feel like Jacob Isarowski is, he's an ace. He's good. I fully expect to have a solid, good, maybe, do we even say vintage? Is that proper to say with Isarowski? Vintage performance from Jacob Isarowski. He did go up against the Cardinals back on the 25th. Part of that May run that he had where he was just electric. Picked up the win, went 7 innings, giving up 2 hits. The lone run he gave up in the month of May was because of the Cardinals. 1 earned run. Did strike out 12 batters in that contest. So, the other hand, maybe the Cardinals looking for a little revenge going up against Jacob Misiorowski too. So, but I fully expect a bounce back. It's not ignorance. It's not cocky or overconfidence. I don't think it's putting a whole lot on the shoulders of Jacob Misiorowski. I think if he's going to be an ace and he's going to be the true, one of the better pitchers in Major League Baseball, you have that expectation coming off of maybe a subpar performance. You have the expectation, all right, we're going to come back and we're going to be better. That's what I expect of aces. So I'm not trying to put a whole lot on his shoulders. I'm not trying to set the bar incredibly high on the kid. I just think that's what you have to expect with your aces. If they have a little bit of a down performance, to go out there and bounce back and get the job done. So, I know game 2 right now for tonight's game, and it might depend on, kind of what transpires in game 1 and such. But if you go to the Brewers, it is a TBD, and it's still kind of officially a TBD. Doubleheader. Maybe there'll be some call-ups to get through it in that, which I fully expect. Again, is this the time? Let me put this out as a poll question, I guess. Is this the time, with David Hamilton, with that hamstring injury, to call up Jet Williams? I know I was talking a little bit about it from the segment prior, but is this the time to call up Jet Williams and get some reps in at third base? Or do you go full-fledged Joey Ortiz? I'm not saying that Joey Ortiz is the answer at third base. I'd be curious to see him, how his numbers continue to maybe improve at third base. So I'm not saying he is the answer to be your everyday starting third baseman, but I'm just saying I'm curious to see his numbers, offensive numbers, if they get better. But I'd be lying if I didn't want to see Jet Williams in there too. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I'm just saying I think it should happen. Why not call him up at this point? Why not see? Give him some reps. And if you call him up, he's going to have to play. But, you kind of look at Cooper Pratt, too. Yeah, he's been playing a lot, but not necessarily playing every single day. So why not? What's the downfall in this thing? You lose David Hamilton here for probably a few weeks with hamstring injuries. So, unless the Brewers really want to see Joey Ortiz take over that third and they call up somebody short term, the thing is that they're probably going to need another infielder to come in. With David Hamilton, if that hamstring injury is kind of a long-term thing, and when you listen to Pat Murphy yesterday after the game, he did kind of indicate that it might necessitate a roster move. Why not call up Jets? Call up the Jet. If there's a guy named Jet, I keep thinking Benny Jet Rodriguez from the Sandlot. I know it's not completely accurate, but come on now. So, all right. What do you think? Should they? I'm on board. I'm on board with it. But so game 2 again, 6:45 tonight. Coverage will begin 35 minutes prior. So you get a full day of Brewers baseball right here on your radio dials. All right. I know we got to take another break coming up here in just a bit, but if you had a chance to read some of the stuff about Giannis, some of the quotes, maybe you got to watch the video with him and Jim Paschke and that. Did anything kind of stand out to you? And, when you talk about some of the most, I don't know if there's a better word to describe this, but I'm going to throw it out there, lovable Wisconsin athletes, of all time, if we straight up just use athletes, Giannis is on that list, ain't he? I mean, he's tops. From just like a Wisconsin sports fan base, I think if we had to pick one from the Packers, who would it be? I think it'd be between, it's just me now, but I think it'd be, if we kept it to just the players, I think it would be between three. Favre, Star, White. Mostly Favre and Star. Like, beloved. Even with Giannis going to be playing with another team, beloved. Brewers, Robin Yao. Again, if we just kept it to the players. And I don't think I've seen another team and another player being traded, and just kind of the amount of content that came out yesterday, and quotes and goodbyes and such. It was, I don't know, it was rare. I think it was pretty rare. So want to hit that up coming up here in a little bit, but send me your Toys and Forward at Grind My Gears Tuesday. What is grinding your gears? Get it off your chest and let us know. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back to wrap up the first hour coming up after these few words. Believe it or not, hunting season preparation starts right now, and there is no better place to gear up than Tilden Gun in Chippewa Falls. Whether you are looking to upgrade your deer rifle, pick up a new turkey shotgun, or add a dependable shotgun for traps, sporting clays, or target shooting, Tilden Gun has a wide selection of firearms from the brands that you know and trust. Their knowledgeable staff can help you find the perfect fit for your hunting style, experience level, and budget. Plus, you will find ammunition, accessories, optics, and more to help you get the most out of every trip to the range or into the field. Don't wait until the season is right around the corner. Get prepared now and shoot with confidence later. Stop by Tilden Gun in Chippewa Falls and see why sportsmen and shooting enthusiasts throughout the Chippewa Valley trust Tilden Gun for all of their firearm needs. Speaking of doubleheaders, should also know, too, the Express sweeping yesterday against Wausau, so not a bad way to enter the All-Star break, right? To go out there and pick up a sweep. So they get some much-deserved rest with this All-Star break going on now. So we'll see the Express back in action on Friday when they go visit Thunder Bay for a couple games, and then a couple games on the road against La Crosse before returning home at next Tuesday, a week from today. So it'll be a little bit, but not a bad way. Not a bad way for the Express to go into the All-Star break. In fact, let me just see here, kind of where things stand in the standings here. We know La Crosse won the first half championship of the Great Plains East, but Express right now are just a half game back from Rochester for first place. The Express 6-3. They handed Rochester a loss, their first loss so far in the second half of this season. So, all right. We'll talk some more Brewers coming up here in a little bit. I want to talk some Giannis. I want to talk a little, kind of start off a Packers training camp storyline countdown, one storyline as we enter training camp here. So we'll do that a little bit later on and such. But Benjamin EC says, speaking of Brewers pitching, I don't get why everyone wants us to make a trade for a pitcher or pitching rental at the deadline. What we need is another big bat, a clutch bat. I think it's just part of it, though, too, is right now with Brandon Woodruff being hurt. I think that's where you want to see a lot of people kind of make a move to go and get another starter to throw into this rotation, to make a dominating lineup, to make a dominating starting pitching lineup. I think if we're being truthfully honest, they could probably use another starter, another bullpen arm, and another bat. Let's be real. We could be beggars. We want all three of them. All three of them would fit holes, would fit needs right now with this pitching group. And there's probably just a little bit of concern with you're relying a lot on some unproven, younger starting pitchers. Not counting Jacob Mizorowski. But outside of Mizorowski, I mean, Kyle Harrison's a newcomer. Shane Drohan's a newcomer. Brandon Sproat's a newcomer. If you add in a Skubal or a Ryan or a Sonny Gray, it makes your starting rotation even better. But if we're being honest, they probably need one of each, a bullpen arm, a starter, and another bat. C-Bomb says, what has he got? The Brewers not only have a heck of a pitching lab, they know how to get rid of them. Hader, Freddie, Burns, and the list goes on. If I'm an opposing GM, I would never trade with the Brewers because you know you're getting damaged goods, and they are fleecing you. I always got a joke, too. I don't know, maybe the Red Sox probably wouldn't want to do a deal again with the Brewers, but I don't know. Sometimes I don't think that's maybe not anytime in the near future, but boy, and like we said yesterday, Caleb Durbin did have a good month of June. I mean, he's up to 8 home runs so far this year. I think if you ask Brewers fans, they would take 8 home runs from a third baseman right now. But he really struggled at the beginning of the year, and I don't think you're going to find too many Brewers fans who are going to be, like, oh, dang, I wish we would add him and not Kyle Harrison and not Shane Drohan now. No, I think we're perfectly happy with that trade so far. But okay, so, again, next hour we'll hit up some Bucks chat, and we'll do a little Packers training camp countdown, too, as we get closer and closer to the start of camp. In case you're wondering, when does Packers training camp start? Your first day is going to be July 29th. So 3 weeks from tomorrow, the first day of camp, going to be opening up. You got your vacation plans going down there, maybe for some last summer vacation trips before school starts back up. Sorry, kiddos, if you're listening to that. Already seen some stores getting that stuff out there. But then you got family nights on August 7th. So a month from today, it's family night. Oh, I don't know, like when training camp starts and we get to preseason football, to me, that's like, okay, that's the end of summer. We're into fall. That's kind of where my timeline is at. But we got plenty of baseball to get to yet, especially with the way the Brewers are playing. So, a couple more texts coming in here. We've got Dave saying, definitely want to see Jet Williams get called up and replacing David Hamilton. I would imagine Hamilton's going to miss at least a few weeks with a hamstring injury. Those are always touchy. Why not give Jet Williams a call up and see what he has before the All-Star break? Another texter, don't have a name, so I can't give you any cred, but they're also saying, I hope the Brewers do call up Jet Williams and give him a shot at third base and maybe go into the All-Star break playing at a high level with a ton of confidence. What does it hurt at this point in time? Well, we'll find out maybe a little bit later on this morning while we're still on the air if there's going to be any moves. I got to imagine there's going to be a call-up, at least a call-up or two. Maybe another arm because it's a doubleheader, and then maybe a position player. Because you look at it from, it's Ortiz and Pratt, and then you really don't have another guy that can play over there outside of Terang, but then that's your second baseman, so they need another infielder, another left side infielder for depth. Why not Jet Williams? Why not? Let's do it. Do it up, man. I don't think it hurts anything. Let's see what he has. So we'll talk a little bit more about Jet Williams, though, and just kind of the season he's having down at Nashville here in a little bit. We'll wrap up the first hour, though, with Morgan. Good morning, Morgan.
How's it going, Casper?
It's going well.
I just had some of our friends had a baby recently, and they named him Jet. I think that name's picking up popularity. Now, do you have any weird, new, unusual names in Hudson's friend group in that younger generation? Anything that stands out that you've never heard before?
I don't think it's anything that I haven't heard before, no.
I heard a Callaway, and I thought he was that a golf thing, right? Yeah.
Nice.
They call him Cal.
Yeah.
All right, Tuesday Tussle time, so I'm going to ask you a couple quick action results. You tell me, drinking age should be 18.
No.
No? What should it be?
I'm going to stay at 21.
You think so?
Yeah.
You like it at 21? Yep. If you had to pick a new one, if there was like you can't be 21 anymore, would you go older or younger?
For the
drinking age?
Maybe younger at 20.
What about voting?
18.
You think 18 solid? You know there's talk of moving the voting age to 16.
No.
Do you think we should move the driving age up or down?
Kids don't want to drive apparently anymore.
It's not a big of, I mean, that's all we lived for was to get our license. And it's not that huge of a, I mean, Siggy's in the middle of right now doing her lessons and she's got to test, for her license and stuff. But it was all we cared about.
I know.
And it's not quite the same.
I heard that the other day from a parent. I'm like, you got to be kidding me.
Yeah. Do you remember getting your license? Was it first time for you?
We don't need to talk about that.
Oh, that's a no. And you can't drive a stick. Ruh-roh. We won't pick at that scab anymore. Man. How about standardized testing? Should it be abolished or continue?
I hate standardized testing.
Who likes it? No, because it isn't a mark of intelligence, in my opinion. In my opinion, it's your mark of the ability to take a test, maybe. And I think the name standardized right there just kind of like gives it this awkward. Yeah. Like, do we want kids to be standard? Do you have ACT or SAT? Do you have to take one or the other or both? ACT. Do you remember your score for that? Yeah, we don't